Hello everyone, I'm back for my second edition. Thank you for joining me and tuning in to my video blogs. Today I'm so excited because the topic is going to be about sugar. Why am I so excited? No, I have not had a ton of sugar today. I'm excited because this topic has been an extreme struggle for myself. I have been addicted to sugar for as long as I can remember. I am currently not as addicted because 8 weeks ago I had one of those light bulb moments, one of those moments that everybody has to have to shake us back to reality. About 8 or 9 weeks ago now, I was having a very emotional day, and I went to Kroger to pick up a few other things, and while I was there, I got one of those containers over in the baked good area of those really good cookies that are soft, some have icing on the top. I happened to get the really soft lemon cookies. So I'm in the car on the way back to the office, and I open the container of cookies, and in a matter of minutes I inhaled 3 of those lemon cookies. Now the scary part is I did not taste them, and I didn't even really realize that I had inhaled 3 of them. I just did it because I was emotionally eating. Not every day was like that, but every day I consume some sort of baked good or sugar. And then once I started really looking at my sugar intake, I've been consuming sugar and all kinds of other things as well. So not only consuming the sugar and everything else, I was also consuming cakes, cookies, things like that. Whenever I sat down for a meal, I ate the meal, and then my next question was, what's for dessert? I always craved dessert, always have. So I started researching sugar, and it was very eye-opening for me, the amount of sugar I was consuming. I first started looking at my chai tea in the morning. I would mix my chai tea with almond milk. You know, almond milk's better, right? No one of the hormones or whatever. But it does have a lot of sugar in it. So I was drinking this chai tea. There were 52 grams of sugar in my chai tea that I was consuming every morning. So I was starting out my morning already addicted to sugar. I was, eating all this, consuming so much sugar in the morning, because not only was I drinking it in my chai tea, but I might have consuming it in my meal. So I was starting off my day already gearing myself up to crave sugar the entire day. So what I did was I got this book. It's called I Quit Sugar by Sarah Wilson. There are a lot of books out there. There's one called 1 Year No Sugar that I almost got. There's lots of resources for kicking the sugar habit. This just happens to be the one I got, because she starts out by saying, she was fairly healthy. She thought she was healthy, but she realized she had a sugar addiction, and how important cutting out the excess sugar in your life is. So I wanted to give you guys some numbers to start off for all of you people that like numbers, and I even brought some props today. So the amount of sugar that our body needs to run off on a daily basis, just something that we need to fuel our bodies. 6 teaspoons of sugar women need. Now this is processed sugar. This is white processed sugar, but I just wanted to give you a visual on what 6 teaspoons look like. I mean, if you really think about it, this is a lot of sugar. Why did I package it like a drug today? Because it really is. Sugar releases all kinds of hormones and things like that that interact with the receptors in your brain that release dopamine and serotonin the same way crack cocaine does and any kind of other drug. So you're releasing all those happy hormones, so of course you want more and more, right, of something that makes you happy. So this is 6 teaspoons. Again, women need 6 teaspoons of sugar to get everything going in your cells and everything like that. Men, they're lucky. They get to consume 9 teaspoons of sugar a day, which equals 36 grams of sugar. Children need 3 teaspoons or 12 grams. Just giving you an idea, 1 can of 12-ounce soda equals 12 grams of sugar. And you see kids drinking 3 or 4 of these a day, which I hate to see anyways. Soda is the number one thing one of the sources people get sugar from. I haven't had a soda probably in 15 years. If you can at all eliminate anything in your diet, I highly recommend, if you're drinking soda, to stop. It's a man-made chemical that's doing all kinds of horrible things to your body. So if you can, eliminate soda right off the bat. Why is it so important? Cancer is one of the leading causes of death in this country. And why sugar is so important is because cancer is characterized by uncontrolled growth and multiplying of cells. Insulin, or sugar, is one of the key hormones that is regulating such growth. So if you already have a cancer growth or something like that, this speeds it up. And one of the worst things about cancer is that we never find it until it's too late. People go into the doctor's office and they say, oh, you have, this amount of time to live, which is normally short, like a couple weeks, a month, a year. It's because we're finding it too late, because a lot of people are consuming these high amounts of sugar and they don't realize that it's speeding up the rapid growth of these cancer cells, along with other cells that create all kinds of other diseases. So back to my props. I wanted to show you this as well. This is 22 teaspoons of sugar. This is what the average American consumes on a daily basis, 22 teaspoons. Now, if you think this is horrible and this is a lot, kids the age of 14 through 18 are consuming 34 teaspoons of sugar a day. This is horrible. This is why we're seeing kids with obesity problems, and diabetes is on the rise. All kinds of different health-related problems. I probably can contribute my endometriosis and my reasons for infertility to high amounts of sugar. I was always eating tons of sugar, and it could be the reason why I was not able to have children. So we really got to pay attention to how much sugar our children are consuming. It's so important. So look at all your containers. I talked about the soda. A lot of serving size, people aren't drinking cans of soda anymore. They're drinking the bottles. And that bottle can be 2 or 3 servings. So you have to double or triple the sugar amount. One way you can figure out how many teaspoons of sugar that something has in it is, say, a little thing of yogurt, because I've been looking at yogurt lately. One little thing of yogurt, Greek yogurt even, will have 34 grams of sugar. So you take that 34 grams and you divide it by 4.2, and that will tell you how many teaspoons of sugar something has in it. So make sure you're reading the labels and reading the serving sizes, and being aware of not only what you're putting in your body or what you're putting in your child's body, because it's so important for their growing health and for them later on in life. We don't want to see our children dying before us. I read this statement not too long ago, and I truly believe it. It's not fat making you fat, it's sugar. I did lose weight when I started detoxing from sugar, and the first 3 weeks were absolutely horrific. I was crying, emotionally crying, and I was in bed. I was extremely tired and extremely angry for the first 2 weeks. I was doing all kinds of other detoxing things, like sweating it out, going to saunas, doing hot yoga, things like that. But I had to literally go through that detox period, and it was awful. I wanted to just go and eat sugar because I wanted it to stop. But I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. I am limited myself down to just 1 dessert a week, and I'm still on that program. Just 1 dessert a week. I splurge, and that's still extremely hard for me. But I want to get to the point where I'm only having 1 dessert a month, and then eventually 1 dessert every 3 or 4 months, because we literally don't need that sugar. We can get our sugar from fruits, just natural ways. Glucose is the natural form of sugar, which your body recognizes. Glucose, which is in your fruits, your berries, your bananas, things like that. Fructose is foreign to the body. So the high fructose corn syrups and any fructose in anything is foreign to your body. So once you put that in your body, it's like a foreign invader, and your immune system goes to combat that, and then your immune system isn't as strong to combat other disease and illnesses, so you're more susceptible to those things. So you really have to be really careful. Sugar also raises your cholesterol and gives you heart disease, another leading cause of death. It gives you adrenal problems and immune system issues like we talked about, and it causes wrinkles. First thing I noticed when I started detoxing from sugar is that my skin changed. My skin was much clearer. I don't get acne the way I was. I did lose weight even though I wasn't trying. I did lose 9 pounds. Not even trying, just cutting out the sugar. And the major thing for me, for a lot of women, really struggle with this too. I've struggled with all my entire life, adult life rather, is my belly was always bloated and just sticking out. Like, people might have thought that I was pregnant or whatever because my belly really stuck out. But my stomach is flat not eating sugar. So I don't have those issues anymore, which is always good, right? For a little bit of feeling better about yourself. So what are some of the ways we can break the cycle of sugar? One major way is to not have it around. Don't have it in your house. When you go to the grocery store, fight the urge to buy these things with sugar in them, because if they're not around, then you're less likely to eat them. Make it so you have to drive and go get some ice cream. And when you do, don't buy a whole container, just buy one serving, eat it at the ice cream shop or wherever, take it home, whatever you need to do, but then be done. Or go just get one cookie when you're out somewhere. Don't buy a package, don't have all the cakes and cookies and stuff like that at your house, because you will eat them. So that's one way to help. And then reading the labels of everything, like I said. You just really have to be aware of what it is you're eating. It's your responsibility to take care of your body. It's no one else's. The doctor's not going to tell you this information, and definitely not the media. I mean, there's tons of commercials for all these cakes and cookies and chocolates and, everything that tempts us. So just be really aware of what you're consuming, because it does lead to better health. And like the statement I've heard before, healthcare does not start in Washington. It starts in your kitchen. It starts with you. You're responsible for what you put in your mouth. And we do this every single day. Eating is a huge part of our lives. So you really need to be careful what you're putting in your body, because you'll have a better quality of life. And who doesn't want that? I want to thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for watching me. And I will see you next week. Peace and love.